According to reports, British Foreign Secretary Ed Miliband has announced plans for targeted sanctions against Israelis involved in illegal settlement expansions in Gaza and the West Bank. This move comes after the Israeli government opened a tender for 1,200 settlement homes in the E1 area of the West Bank, which critics say threatens the two-state solution by dividing the West Bank from East Jerusalem. Miliband has called the Israeli government's actions unacceptable and destructive, and has summoned Israel's top diplomat in Britain to demand that the plans be halted immediately. Meanwhile, Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has sparked widespread condemnation for his comments calling for nightly assassinations in Gaza. The French Foreign Minister, German Chancellor, and UN Secretary-General have all denounced Ben-Gvir's remarks as unacceptable, inhumane, and dehumanizing. In response to these developments, the British government is preparing a comprehensive set of measures to respond to Israeli government policies, which will be laid out over the coming weeks. This shift in stance reflects a tougher approach by Prime Minister Andy Burnham's government towards Israel, aligning with similar criticisms from other European allies. As we continue to follow this story, it's essential to consider the complexities and nuances of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We'll strive to provide balanced and fair coverage, presenting multiple perspectives and exploring the implications of these developments for the region and beyond. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into a complex and sensitive topic in the Middle East, where recent developments have sparked international attention and concern. According to reports from reputable news sources, including Reuters and France 24, the Israeli military has admitted to firing on a car carrying 5-year-old Hind Rajab in Gaza back in 2024, resulting in her tragic death. This incident, along with the killing of 15 Palestinian medics and humanitarian personnel in 2025, has prompted the Israeli army to launch criminal investigations. In a related story, the Israeli army's investigation into these incidents has been deemed extremely late by some, given the significant amount of time that has passed since the events occurred. However, the fact that these cases are being referred to criminal investigation is seen as an admission by the Israeli army that something went deeply wrong. Meanwhile, in the West Bank, tensions remain high, as extremist Israeli settlers continue to besiege the village of Kusra, leading to concerns about the safety and well-being of Palestinian families. The U.S. negotiator Jared Kushner has been pressing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about a potential Gaza deal, while President Trump's comments on bombing Oman have added to the region's uncertainty. It's essential to approach these stories with empathy and understanding, recognizing the complexities and nuances involved. As we strive to provide balanced and accurate reporting, we acknowledge the deeply held perspectives and emotions of all parties affected by these events. As we continue to monitor developments in the Middle East, we will bring you updates and insights to help you navigate this intricate landscape. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to take a closer look at the recent presidential election in Zambia. The election has garnered significant attention due to allegations of irregularities and concerns about the transparency of the voting process. According to reports from the EU Observer Mission, there were instances of violence targeting polling staff, as well as allegations of ballot box theft. The Electoral Commission of Zambia suspended vote counting on August 14, citing these incidents, and when it resumed, EU observers noted that the overall conduct of tabulation had deteriorated significantly. The opposition leader, Brian Mundurbile, has announced plans to challenge the election results in court, citing documented serious irregularities, inconsistencies, and circumstances surrounding the conduct, counting, transmission, and declaration of results. On the other hand, President Hakainde Hichilema, who was declared the winner with approximately 60% of the vote, has been praised by some for his efforts to attract foreign investment and boost the country's mining industry. It's worth noting that Zambia is a key player in the EU's Global Gateway scheme, with the bloc investing heavily in the Lobito Corridor project, a rail network connecting mineral-rich regions of DR Congo and Zambia's Copper Belt with Lobito Port in Angola. The EU has mobilized over €2 billion for this project, which aims to secure access to critical minerals. As we consider the implications of this election, it's essential to approach the situation with nuance and balance. While there are legitimate concerns about the voting process, it's also important to recognize the complexities of Zambia's political landscape and the potential benefits of foreign investment in the country's mining sector. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.